Former acting secretary for the Department of Homeland Security and chair of the Homeland Security at the America First Policy Institute, Chad Wolf. Chad, always a pleasure to have you on American Agenda. So let's talk about it here. This move to send Tom Homan out to Minnesota. There have been phone calls between Governor Walz, Mayor Frey. Your thoughts on that and trying to turn this rhetoric down, but at the same time, continue out the mission of ICE and rectify what happened under Joe Biden.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Look, it's a great move sending Tom Homan out to Minneapolis. He's having those conversations right now, as we heard, not only with the governor, but with the mayor as well, trying to figure out where is their common ground that allows ICE to stay there in Minneapolis and to do their important mission, but at the same time, maybe putting local law enforcement more as a public or public face, so that residents there have, they understand who is there out in their streets. I don't think it's ever where ICE wants to be out in streets making arrests, but they have to defend themselves and they have to defend their officers. But in every other jurisdiction around the country, almost every other jurisdiction, local police is helping them do just that. So hopefully the discussions with Tom and the mayor and the governor can be just that. How can we get local police more involved? How do we get access to your jails? And if we can, perhaps you can start withdrawing DHS assets.
Chad, what could Tom Homan do differently from what Secretary Noem has been doing?
Well, sometimes you just need a reset. And obviously the president believes that you need a new face, a new negotiator there in Minneapolis. And so Tom hasn't historically up until this point has not been involved in a lot of the day-to-day. And obviously the president wanted to go a different direction. So again, Tom's got a unique skill set. He's a 30-year operator, not only for the Border Patrol, but of ICE as well. And so he's going to be able to talk to the governor, to the local police chief, and to other officials there in a more operational, tactical sense than other DHS officials. And they may be able to find some common ground at that level versus a high-level discussion about sanctuary cities and things of that nature. I don't know that the city's going to back away from that in the short term, maybe the long term. But I think Tom is probably having a little different discussion with them at the moment.
Chad, right now, I think the discussion, there's some ambiguity on what ICE can do when removing illegal immigrants with criminal records or no record. They're just here illegally. So who gets to stay, who gets to go, I guess is what I'm asking.
Well, ICE's mission is to remove anyone here in the country that doesn't have a legal right to be here. And so whether they're a criminal illegal alien or just any illegal alien, ICE's mission given to it by Congress is to remove those individuals. Now, they focus and they prioritize. They focus on those that have a final order of removal. They'll focus on hardened criminals. They'll focus on national security threats and the like. But what they want to do is what Joe Biden did for 4 years, which he told the American people and he told anyone else listening that he was going to exempt whole classes of individuals from deportation, that if you weren't a violent offender, then you weren't going to be removed. And what was the result of that was the worst border crisis that the country has ever experienced. So the Trump administration is certainly not going to do that, but you do have to prioritize your resources. And I think we keep hearing that the president wants to make sure that they're going after the worst of the worst, the criminals, and those with final orders of removal. Really, really important there, because that means that those individuals have gone before an immigration judge and have had their due process and have been ordered to leave the country.
Chad, I want to ask you about this. A U.S. District Judge, Patrick Schultz, he writes this in a 3-page order to acting ICE Director Todd Lyons, quote, "The court's patience is at an end. Accordingly, the court will order Todd Lyons, the acting director of ICE, to appear personally before the court and show why he should not be held in contempt of court." Your thoughts about that?
Yeah, it's certainly unique to have the director of an agency or a subcomponent at DHS, such as ICE, to get called into a court. He's got a lot of officials there, overseeing that case and what's going on in Minneapolis as well. So we'll see what the department does and when he goes in, kind of what his response and approach will be. But I will say that is highly unusual.
All right. Chad Wolf, we're going to have to leave it there. We appreciate your joining us, as always, on American Agenda. Thanks.
Thank you.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.